So how long does a flare last? Spoiler alert. I have the answer that no one wants to hear, and that is there is no one size fits all answer. So recently, someone asked me, how long does a flare last? And I couldn't give her an answer because of a lot of reasons. So there was a time long ago, because let's see, my first diagnosis was received in 2001, and that's not just when I first started dealing with things, because I'd actually had it for years prior, just I didn't realize it or know about it. So while my first diagnosis date is 2001, I've been dealing with it even longer than that, but it's been a long, long, painful journey. But anyways, and the other thing is, I don't have just one illness, so I used the, when it was like one at a time, or one in the beginning, those flares were easier to recognize and kind of gauge. But now that I have so many, your guess is as good as mine. And the odds of predicting that duration, well, it's about just as reliable as the weather forecast is for 3 months from now. Why? Because chronic illness isn't just one thing. It's a constantly changing, unpredictable mess. So what determines how long a flare lasts? I honestly don't even know sometimes where to begin with this, because there are so many factors at play. In fact, there are more factors at play than there are streaming services to choose from. First, which illness is flaring? I have more than a handful of chronic illnesses. I have psoriasis, fibromyalgia, psoriatic arthritis, endometriosis. Oh my God, I can't even speak today. Endometriosis, bowel adhesions, intestinal, I'm not even going to pronounce this correctly, lymphangiectasia, which is actually one of the most painful things out of everything I have. But that's not even it. Those are just my diagnosed chronic illnesses. I also have surgical errors that have led to um, lifelong nerve damage and pain. So there's so much at play. And each one of them has its own unique way of making my life miserable. And the worst part is sometimes they don't take turns. Sometimes one of them will flare and the others they chill out, and other times it's a full blown chronic illness mosh pit. Then there's environmental factors. The weather just doesn't just affect my mood, it affects my body. Changes in temperature, humidity, air pressure, and pollution, they all can trigger or prolong a flare. Emotional factors, stress, anxiety, grief, and yes, even joy, can cause my body to revolt. It's like my immune system sees any intense emotion as an excuse to start a riot. Oh, then there's the layering effect. Some flares come and go in hours and days. Others stick around for months and years. My bowel adhesions have been in a full-blown flare since 2020. Actually, yeah, 2021. 2020 it started where it would come and go every couple months, and 2020, oh my goodness, I got lost in all the 20s. 2021 is when it really just became full time every day. And during all this time, my other illnesses, they take turns demanding attention. Sometimes one at a time, sometimes all at once. But, and that, to give you some reference on that, what I have gone through with my bowels and adhesions in the past, the last two times, like the first time that they attacked my adhesions, that flare lasted for a year. And at that time, I would get still reprieves in between. like every couple months or whatnot. But that's because I finally, it took me 2 years though to find a surgeon who would um, listen to me, and he actually took care of it before it, damaged my intestines. The second time I got lucky, it was about a year of pain, and then um, of constant pain, and then the adhesions uh, released from my sidewall while riding Space Mountain. But that along with a new treatment that I was using for fibromyalgia and psoriatic arthritis, it gave me 3 years of reprieve from that. So, like I said, it's just, you never know. So, how long does a flare last? Here's the bottom line. If you were hoping for a solid answer, I hate to disappoint you because there isn't one. Some flares are brief, some they feel like they are never ending, and some blend together so much that I don't even know where one stops or the next begins. So, the next time someone asks you, how long does a flare last? Just know that for many of us, the real answer is until it decides it's done. And that, my friends, is the frustrating, exhausting, and completely unpredictable reality of chronic illness. Until next time, Diva out.